Watch this!
I'm missing Yogg, though. You don't actually want Yogg in this deck. He's terrible. He throws a lot more games than he actually... than he actually wins for us in. Oh, this is not what I mulliganed for. Okay. Thanks, Spike. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a good evening and enjoy the movie. This can draw me into, hopefully, execute. What would I replace with them? Justicar, maybe? Slam? Second Slam? The Revenge? There are a lot of cards that, like, kind of want to be in this deck, but aren't quite there. So I probably want Brawls in this matchup, right? Brawls, bring it on, some Shield Slams. I need to start thinking about that early. I'm not attacking because I don't want to get him closer to his good stuff. This looks like a Twilight Drake.
Your magic shall not save.
Or a Silence, sure. Shield Slam is another card that I probably want. I think we'll just hang out. Grookfu? Yeah, Grookfu is always a good replacement.
Shields up!
I don't like any of my plays here. Zilliax? Zilliax might actually be a reasonable decision. You could Shield Slam Sleep. That feels really bad. It's way too early for a Brawl. It's a baboon with Wind Fury. Exactly. It's all you need to know.
This curse has become our greatest strength.
Guess we're taking 8. I can't play the other Shield Slam. Somebody help me remember that. Unless I'm absolutely desperate. I would wait for the next expansion for any crafting decision right now. Second Brawl is... Ooh! Probably shouldn't be running that anyway, bud. Yeah, that's a good point. It is only 3 weeks. Man, this is a quick expansion season. I would disagree that Wild is expensive to get into. Like, depending on what type of deck, or which deck specifically you want to play, maybe. But there's some very good decks that you can get, or that you can unlock on the cheap. Like, Combo Priest is not nearly as good as it once was, but it's still reasonable. Very low on the dust cost, and Mech Hunter is probably still pretty good, and doesn't even require an epic card. So a deeper card pool means that the commons and rares are relatively strong, or you have access to a lot of really strong commons and rares, so it's deceptively inexpensive. This is gonna hurt. This isn't quite good enough to Deadman's yet, I don't think.
Shields Shields up.
Well, I'm aware that, I mean, this is a horrible example of a deck to use. Like, a new player shouldn't be playing this deck anyway. But Odd Rogue, like, beyond the Baku, is really the only necessary component to have a functional deck. Same thing with Gen and even Shaman. Obviously, it's not going to be optimal, but beyond Gen and even Shaman, you're mostly looking at commons and rares. So I think it's disingenuous to look at this deck and say, well, no, it's an expensive format. I think I just have to go, and it feels really bad to do this. Like, a new player has no business playing this deck. Like, it's just not realistic, both in terms of your collection status and ability to pilot the deck. Why do I not have any executes yet? That was the wrong card. Sorry, if he overcommits, I do have the other Brawl.
Your magic shall not save you.
This looks like an overcommitment to me. This definitely looks like an overcommitment to me. I've got 2 Brawls in my deck. There's no reason to just, like, play the Deadmans in this spot. Draw first. What am I drawing into? Rat. I mean, if I can draw and execute, it won't be that big of a deal. That's a pretty big if right now. Ow. Even with Brawl, it's a big deal. Heyo! I'm gonna Brawl first. I don't want the... Well, I want to make sure that the Acolyte is down. I just... As long as the 8-7 doesn't win. That's a good outcome. It's about as good as we could hope for. So he's got 1 Twilight Drake left, maybe 1 Pit Lord left. He's got no cards left. Oh, he's got the Shamblers, okay. Oh, that's a hero power.
Job's done.
Yeah. I think we can do this. I'm less certain we can do this now. Hey, look who decided to join the party. Welcome, Execute. And welcome, Brawl. This is Brawl number 4, by the way. Sometimes in Hearthstone, it just takes 4 brawls to get there, and you know, not much else you can do. Our opponent sure isn't happy about that.